avoiding financial blunders over the holidays. You probably think, oh, Derek, I got this taken care of. No. Listen up, because our next guest is going to give you some great advice to help you avoid those financial blunders. I'm joined by Laurie Campbell, Director of Client Financial Wellness at Bromwich and Smith. Welcome to the show, Laurie. Great to speak to you again. Let's dive right into the first one, and that is, and I think we all do it because we seem to have this competition with ourselves and perhaps others, but overbuying. I guess it happens more often than we think, right?
Happens because we finish shopping and we think, oh my goodness, I'm done. Maybe I'll just buy one more little gift for Aunt Millie. Maybe I'll just buy another little gift for my dog, whatever the case might be. And soon that budget that you had and it was so organized, you've blown it because you bought extra gifts for people that really didn't need them.
Yeah, and Laurie, I wonder, should we be talking to maybe our family members? I know that I've done it, right? Like I spoke to my brother and my sisters. We don't necessarily buy for each other anymore. We just buy for the kids. Sometimes it's an uncomfortable conversation, but is it an important conversation to have with family?
Well, it really is, because let's face it, we all have so much stuff, and you have things that you have from last Christmas you haven't even used. So have that heart-to-heart talk with family members and say, maybe let's not exchange gifts this year. Let's go out and do something together, do something cheap, a family event, create memories. It doesn't always have to be about the gifts, right?
Exactly. And what about comparison shopping? Should we be doing more of that around the holidays?
Biggest mistake people make is they get out into the mall, they haven't done their comparison shopping, they go to a high-end store, buy something that they could have gotten somewhere else for a fraction of the cost, and it's repeated over and over again. So do your comparison shopping. You can save yourself a ton of money by looking where this product is at a bunch of different retail places to make sure you get the best deal.
We were just talking to Tony about online shopping, and I think sometimes we just get lazy and we're not very creative necessarily with the decisions that we make with gift buying. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, for sure. Like, online shopping is so easy. You press a button, you don't think about it again. It really feels like you haven't even made that purchase because you're using a card of some kind usually. And so the big thing here is, if you're going to do online shopping, do it in the morning when your mind's fresh. Don't do it late evening like so many people do, and then the next morning they have buyer's remorse and start to realize they've actually spent way more than they thought they would or should on these types of items.
I mentioned off the top is, sometimes we end up competing with ourselves and competing with others. And, maybe some of us have some wealthier relatives out there. And unfortunately, and you tend to compete. It's not something you should do.
Oh, absolutely. Like, let's face it, everybody has a rich relative somewhere, and, they end up in a situation where that rich relative buys your parents something that you think, you should be able to buy as well. So you try to outdo them, and it becomes it's like a race to the bottom, isn't it? Because you never would be able to compete with that. And so you end up spending way more than you're supposed to.
What about the importance of making a list? We think about it when we're grocery shopping, right? Is, hey, make sure you when you go grocery shopping, don't go there hungry, first of all, and make sure you bring a list and use that list. What about when it comes to gift buying?
Well, it's the same as Santa, right? He makes a list, he checks it twice, so we need to do the same thing, right? I mean, there's nothing worse than getting to the store, you have it all in your head, you go and you buy everything, and you come out and you realize, oh, I forgot X, Y, and Z. Instead of going back in, you're just like, I'm done. I got to go home. And so it's another trip out to the store, usually spending more because you end up buying something else as well. You got to go take your time as well, which is also very important around this time of year. And, it can be so easily avoided.
Excellent. Laurie, always a pleasure catching up with you. Thank you so much for the advice. Really appreciate it. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you and your family. All right, that does it for this edition of Daytime Ottawa. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Stay healthy and stay safe.